Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today we have a very serious and important report coming from South Sudan. We'll talk about the National Army has ordered the United Nations peacekeeping mission and all 8 organizations to leave Akobo County in Jonglei State within 72 hours. Well, this decision has raised many questions and concerns. What is happening in Akobo? Why is the government under President Salva Kiir asking UN peacekeeper and humanitarian worker to leave? What could happen next for civilians who live in the area? And at the same time, President Salva Kiir has made a major change in the government, removing 2 senior officials and appointing new leaders. In today's long report, we will break down every thing you need to know. We will look at the military order given to the United Nations, the ongoing fighting in Jonglei State, the reaction from the UN peacekeeping mission, the possible impact on civilians, and the new government change announced by the president. Before we begin this report, please save the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with Army Order, UN, United Nations, and 8 agencies to leave Akobo. According to the report, the South Sudan National Army has raised a strong order to the United Nations and humanitarian organizations. The order was announced by Paul Nang Majuk, the Chief of Defense Forces of the South Sudan People Defense Forces, also known as SSPDF. According to the announcement, all UN peacekeepers and 8 agencies must leave Akobo County within 72 hours. The message was delivered to the public by the Army spokesperson Lurey Kong. He said the military is preparing to start a new phase of operation in the area. Because of this, the Army said it cannot guarantee safety for anyone who remains there. This mission, the United Nations, or we can say this means the United Nations worker, humanitarian staff, and international organization must leave the town quickly. The military warned that if anyone stays beyond the deadline, the Army will not be responsible for what happens next. This order has created shock and concern among many people, especially those who depend on humanitarian support. Civilians also told to leave. The military order did not only target international organizations. The SSPDF also told civilians living in Akobo and nearby villages to leave the area. Residents were asked to move to safer location or government-controlled area. The military said this step is necessary to prevent civilians from being harmed during military operation. When fighting happens in populated areas, innocent people are often caught in the middle. By asking civilians to leave early, the Army said it hoped to reduce casualties and destruction. However, for many families in Akobo, leaving their home is not easy. Some people have already been displaced before. Others have limited transport or resources. For them, this order could mean another difficult journey to safety. So what is happening in Jonglei State? To understand this situation better, we need to look at the conflict in Jonglei State. For several months now, fighting has been taking place in the northern part of the state. The clashes involve government forces and opposition fighters. These opposition forces include members of the Sudan People Liberation Army in opposition, also known as SPLA-IO. Some army youth groups, often called the Norway Army, are also involved. The violence began to increase around December 2025. Since then, battles have prepared across several counties. It has spread across several counties. Areas such as Ayut, Urur, Duk have experienced heavy fighting. Many villages were attacked or abandoned. Thousands of civilians fled their home. Some people escaped to neighboring counties. Others crossed the border into nearby counties and nearby countries. Many displaced families moved to Akobo, hoping it would be safer. But now the conflict seems to be moving there as well. Military say first operation phase is complete. According to the army spokesperson, the military has already completed the first phase of its campaign. The campaign was reportedly called Operation Enduring Peace. During this first phase, government forces say they focus on retaking military bases that were lost earlier. These bases were captured by opposition fighters during earlier clashes. The army now claims those bases have been recovered. Because of that, the military said it is preparing for a second phase of operation. And according to the statement, Akobo town and nearby areas are the next target. This explains why the army ordered United Nations staff and aid workers to leave. The military expects intense fighting in the area soon. Let's look at the United Nations response. After hearing the military announcement, the United Nations mission in South Sudan, also called UNMISS, responded quickly. A spokesperson for the mission, Priyanka Chaudhuri, said the United Nations is seeking clarification from the government. In other words, the mission wants to understand exactly what the order means and what the next step should be. UNMISS said it had received a report that the army wants peacekeepers to leave their base in Akobo, but the mission said it needs official confirmation and explanation. For now, the United Nations is in communication with government authorities. The goal is to find a solution that protects civilians and maintain peacekeeping responsibilities. Why UNMISS is important? The United Nations peacekeeping mission in South Sudan play a major role in protecting civilians. The mission operates under instruction from the United Nations Security Council. Its responsibilities include protecting civilians during conflict, monitoring human rights violations, supporting peace agreements, helping deliver humanitarian aid. Across the country, UNMISS operates bases where civilians can seek protection during violence. In many places, these bases have saved thousands of lives. For this reason, the possibility that peacekeepers may leave Akobo worries many observers. Without peacekeeper presence, civilians could face greater risk. Another major concern involves humanitarian aid. Akobo has been an important location for aid organizations helping displaced families. These organizations provide food assistance, medical services, clean water, and shelter for displaced people. If aid workers leave the area, many civilians may lose access to these critical services. Humanitarian groups often operate in very difficult conditions, but they are essential for communities affected by war. This is why the order to evacuate has raised alarm among aid agencies. They fear that civilians could be left without support during dangerous time. Well, Akobo is strategic important. Akobo is not just any town. It is located near the border with Ethiopia. Because of this location, the area has strategic importance during conflicts. It is also considered a stronghold for opposition forces. For many years, opposition fighters have had influence in the region. This makes Akobo a key location in the ongoing military struggle. Control of the town could affect the balance of power in northern Jonglei. That is one reason the government appears determined to regain full control of the area. Well, as violence continues, displacement is becoming a major humanitarian issue. Since late 2025, many families have been forced to leave their home. Villages in several counties have impounded as people flee violence. Displaced civilians often travel long distance with very little. Some carry only basic belongings. Others traveled with children and elderly family members. Many relied on humanitarian organizations for survival. If the conflict spread further, displacement number could rise even more. They look at the political change in Juba. While the security situation is developing in Jonglei State, another important development has taken place in the capital city of Juba. President Salva Kiir Mayardit has made new change in government leadership. In a decree announced on Friday evening, the President Salva Kiir Mayardit removed 2 senior officials from their position. The first official removed was Gloria Nyoka Joseph Lasso, who had been serving as the executive director of the South Sudan National Bureau of Standards. The second official removed was Joseph Esbon YY, who had been leading the Petroleum Exploration and Production Authorities. After removing the official, the president also announced replacement. Oilang Dominic Canuto was appointed as the new executive director of the National Bureau of Standards. He will also serve as the secretary to the Bureau Councils. Meanwhile, Lual Choldak has been appointed as new Director General of the Petroleum Exploration and Production Authority. These changes are part of the government's ongoing reshuffle of senior positions in important national institutions. Leadership change like this are common in many governments. They can reflect effort to improve performance or bring new direction to government agencies. Let's look at what could happen next. Right now, several questions remain unanswered. Will United Nations peacekeepers actually leave Akobo? Will humanitarian organizations evacuate their staff? How will civilians respond to the evacuation order? And most importantly, how intense will the next phase of military operation become? The coming day will be very important. If fighting increases, the humanitarian situation could become more serious. At the same time, international observers will be watching closely. The presence of peacekeepers and aid agencies has always been an important part of stability in South Sudan. Any change to that presence could have major consequences. South Sudan has experienced many years of conflict and instability. Many citizens continue to hope for peace, stability, and development. Even events like this remind us how fragile the situation can still be. The safety of civilians must remain the top priority for all sides. Peace, dialogue, and cooperation are always better than war. But President Salva Kiir Mayardit is refusing to accept the dialogue. So both leaders, Dr. Machar and him, can talk on how they can move the country forward. Before we move on to our next report, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified.